to Healthy Perspectives with Jeremiah, a podcast that brings you current social and cultural issues through a clinical lens. Hello. Welcome back. If you are joining us for the first time, we definitely appreciate you joining us. I hope that this is a little bit on the entertaining side, but also on the challenging side here at Healthy Perspectives. We strive to answer or to deal with, wrestle with some of the more difficult questions that you might encounter going through your day to day. Today, we are continuing. We have segment number 18 called You're the Problem. Why do we do this segment? We do this because we know the value of empathy in our everyday world. Seeing the possibility that we might be part of the problem is an important thing in order to not be so much of that problem. We can take away our contribution to the problem. And if 1, 2, 3, 4 of us, if 4,000 of us, 4 million of us take ourselves out of that equation, a lot of these cultural issues will begin to dissipate. They will begin to just leave and disappear. Why? Because we are routinely contributing to being part of the problem, little bits at a time. So today, I want to talk to you. This is going to be a little different than some of the ones that you're used to. I am not going to have a video this time. We are going to go straight, you and me, and we're going to wrestle with some hard stuff. Today, we're going to look at who the problem might stem from. Okay, so you're going to have to walk through this with me, all right? So hang in there. This could be interesting. I hope it is. We're going to challenge every listener out there. I hope. And what I want you to look for is solutions to you being the problem. All right, that's the end. Boom, there's the takeaway. All right, so we're going to start. Which one's better? You ready? Here we go. Which one's better? Democrat or Republican? Which one is it? Come on, I know, play along with me. You know which one's better. All right, good. You've got one in your mind. All right, which one is better? Adam or Eve? What? Yeah, which one's better? Come on. Okay, hang in there with me. Which one is better? Black or white? All right, here's another. How about Christian or atheist? Come on, play along with me. Okay, athlete or artist? Which one's better? Come on, Socrates or Plato? Ooh, there's a tough one. All you philosophers out there going, I don't know. Which one's better? Gay or straight? Come on. You have opinions on all of these things. Okay, which one is better? Male or female? What about neither? Because we have this whole trans movement thing going. Which one's better? Okay. Which one is better? An office on the top floor or on the bottom floor? Okay, I'm hoping you played along with me. I really, really do hope that you played along because it's going to help in the next phase of this conversation. Here we go. If you fell for this, first of all, you haven't been listening to me very much because this is part of my spiel, right? I'm about healthy perspectives, right? It says it right behind me on the screen if you're watching on YouTube or Rumble. I'm about healthy perspectives. And what I just did was set you up for something that can help you a lot, right? If you fell for what I just did, then you need to listen more often. Okay, start with that. Not because I'm great, no, but because you need it. You are part of the problem. If you're falling for that, you're part of the problem. You are part of it instead of being part of the solution, which I'll get to. So let me show you the rabbit hole here. All right, this is a matrix moment. Red pill, blue pill, which one are you going to pick? My hope is you're going to pick the red pill. Let's find out what's going on inside the matrix. All right. I'll go back, Democrat or Republican. I'll show you why these rabbit holes are just that. They are just rabbit holes. Well, somebody might argue, well, they're both American. And then somebody might come along and say, well, American or Canadian, which one's better? And then somebody else will come along and say, humanity. Okay. Do you see how this rabbit hole is created? My hope is I just made it abundantly clear. We'll go on to say something like Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve, which one's better? Like that's a question of are you male or female? Are you wicked? Are you not wicked? Like there's all these questions come up. We're putting all of these labels or these titles. How about this? Ooh, this is a good one. Which one's better? PhD or a master's? A master degree or a PhD? Which one do you think is better? Now, y'all out there are going to go, well, the PhD is better. I know plenty of people who have PhDs or doctorates of different things that are dumber than a box of rocks. I also know many who are just flat out genius, incredibly intelligent and persistent, and all the things that it takes to get a PhD or a doctorate in anything, an educational doctorate, or you name it. There's doctoral degrees for it. Why do I say that? Because these titles are just labels for superiority. When I said the Christian atheist, I probably had every Christian out there going, well, duh, Christian, of course. And that's true if you are a believer in Christ until when? Until you actually believe that you are superior. And then all of a sudden, being Christian is not as good as being atheist in that situation. It'll be more difficult for them because they should know better. Ooh, that's a tough one. Hope that stings a little bit, with love and care, of course, because here at Healthy Perspectives, we're not about being mean. We're about helping you understand where you're part of the problem. Okay? The gay straight thing. You definitely have a preference there. And you think the other one is not as good. Well, if you take that humbly, you might just say, it's a sexual preference. I'm not going to judge the whole person off of one behavior. That's another approach. How about athlete artist? Taste is subjective, folks. It's subjective. We try to make all of these things objective scales. But at the end, if you think you're superior, here's the rabbit hole. Here's the matrix moment, red pill in it. The moment you think you're superior, you become the problem. The problem. And if you can't see that, you are the problem. Because you may be incredibly skilled at one thing. Like I want my surgeon to be incredibly skilled at surgery. I honestly don't give a crap if my surgeon is a box of rocks when it comes to social science. And now I prefer that he's got, or she's got some bedside manner. I said he, and I apologize for that. Here's what I was thinking. My last surgeon was a guy, and that's the one I was picturing in my mind. What I'm saying to you is that at the end of the day, once you think you're superior, or once you label something as superior, it becomes less good. And I can explain it in a very cool little story. It goes like this. A man was going down. This is a historical story. A man was going down from a place called Jerusalem to Jericho when he was attacked by robbers. Now, this description doesn't go into what those robbers were like, where they were from, stuff like that. They stripped the man of his clothes. They beat him. And then they went away, leaving him half dead, nearly dead. So today, what that might look like is somebody hits you with the car, steals all your stuff, and then leaves hoping that you're just going to die. A priest comes along, going down that same road. And when he saw the man, he moved away and passed by on the other side. So too, a Levite. Now, if you go back in that time period, these were uprightly people. When he came to the place and he saw him, he also passed on the other side. But a Samaritan, and at the time, that would have been like saying the economically disadvantaged, or the somebody from the trailer park goes around the outside route. No. But okay, that was kind of, I hope you're following. But the Samaritan, as he traveled, came where that man was. And when he saw him, he took pity on him. He went to him and he bandaged his wounds, pouring oil and wine. Then he put the man on his own donkey and brought him to an inn to take care of him. The next day, he took out some money. By the way, this man is half dead. Like he's recuperating now. The next day, he took out some money and gave the money to the innkeeper and said, "Look after him. And when I return, I will reimburse you for any extra expense you may have." Which man in this story is a better man? Was it the priest, the Levite, or the Samaritan? Now, that's an old story. Most of you have probably heard that story, but that's a matrix moment. That's a red pill moment. And if you can't see it yet, you are part of the problem. Because at the end of the day, humanity matters the most. Being authentic, being loving and kind and respectful, forgiving even, those trump a title of any kind. I would rather sit with a counselor that is a brand spanking new, but they are a good person. They have good humanity inside of them. Then sit with a counselor who's been doing it for 20 years and is immoral as heck. I would take that. I would take that new one every single time. That's what I tell newer therapists in the world of the clinical world. What I say, look, number one, be a good person. Tell truths, not lies. Be respectful. Be kind. Be a good person. And it doesn't matter how much experience you have. You will help people. Because of this story. It explains it all. You took the red pill. You went down the rabbit hole and you discovered that behind every title is arrogance. You're not going to get to the pearly gates of heaven, folks, and say, well, God, it's time to let me in because I used to say this to coworkers. I'm not going to say because I was a clinical director. That's just stupid. Oh, God, you gotta let me in because I was a husband. What? That doesn't mean anything, folks. I was a man. Nope, not working for that one either. How you show up every day matters. Do you show up with love, kindness, respect? Here's what I'll give you. Two things to walk away with. Number one, know that you're part of the problem. Sometimes you are. Sometimes I am. Know it. Don't doubt it. Know it. Number two, become part of the solution. You're going to take away sometimes. Sometimes you will be part of the problem. The best thing that you and I can do is be part of the solution whenever we possibly can. And the way to do that, here it comes. Two more things. Altruism. Be kind just for the sake of being kind. That's altruism. And humility. Know that your kindness may not mean a damn thing. I know that's a weird thing to say, but you combine those two things, and it's a beautiful opportunity to be part of the solution instead of part of the problem. I know this one was a little more abstract than many, but please, I empathize with you. I know how hard this is. What I'm asking you is difficult. I know that. And yet I still come here to tell you, we've got to do better. You could be part of the solution if you would acknowledge that sometimes you're part of the problem. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a good one. Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. Take a look at the details of our podcast for links to our website and other helpful information.